This dish is called Hainan chicken, and Hainan is the southeasternmost part of China, very close to Vietnam, although the dish has nothing in common with Vietnamese cooking. What it does have is a history of migration from Hainan to Los Angeles, where it's all over the place, and where I found it, to here, where I've brought it. It's very simple. You put a chicken in the pot, basically with water to cover, ginger and garlic, maybe some scallion, a touch of soy, and you poach it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not very long, at a very gentle simmer. Then you put the top on and walk away for about an hour. When it's ready, it's going to be quite tender and easy to take off the bone. Not quite falling off the bone. You want to be able to remove it from the pot. And what you're doing now is cooking rice in the broth that the chicken created. So you need a pan with some hot oil, or as I said, chicken fat, or both in it, peanut oil if you're using oil. And into this you're going to dump some chopped ginger and some chopped garlic. As those get going, you put in your rice. I need some rice. Do we have any rice? Yeah. Well, what is this, vaudeville? Okay. Say a cup and a half or so for 4 people. Get that going. You want it sizzling. It needs to be a little hotter than this. You put some salt in there. I want some sizzle here because when I start adding the liquid, the broth, I want it to seriously bubble. If you wanted the liquid to be more intense, the chicken broth to be more intense, you could reduce it a little bit. That is, boil it down a little bit before you take this next step. Bring it to a boil, cover on, we'll take a short break. So it's about 15 minutes later. The rice is just about done. I'll show you that in a second. We're going to make a little sauce, and we're going to tear this chicken apart. So you can do this with a paring knife, or you can do it with your fingers. Personally, I think the fingers are the easier thing. The rice is done. We're going to make this little teeny sauce. It's a ginger scallion sauce. I add a little garlic, which not everybody does, but I can't resist. So to make it, you put a fair amount. You put in that much peanut oil, say a half a cup. A little bit of sesame oil, say a tablespoon. And then heat that until pretty much it smokes. Meantime, a bunch of ginger, a little bit of garlic, a lot of scallion, all in a bowl with a fair amount of salt. Okay, here's the rice. Nicely done. We have a platter sort of decorated with tomato and cucumber. You can use whatever you want here. Our chicken gets unceremoniously dumped on top. Is this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? No. Is it good? Yeah. Now our oil, I don't know if you can see the smoke, but it is smoking. This is cool. Obviously you have to cool this off a little bit before you eat it. And that is a dipping sauce, or again, a little bit over the top. Some scallions. See, it's actually starting to even look good. Cilantro. I give you Hainan chicken. Hainan, Los Angeles, New York. My stomach.